It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
I was an asshole. I know I was. Listen, I know I was.
You were running
I was
around
an
around the sun.
Yes, I'll tell you one thing. I did. This person had on a Phoenix Suns jacket. And she was big, and me and my cousin was running around her. I'm Earth, you're Jupiter. I'm Earth, you're Jupiter. Like, listen, let me tell you something.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
She had on a Phoenix Suns jacket.
Okay,
And she was a big
he
girl.
pretended to be
And
planets
so had the big sun
circling
on it.
around the sun.
So I was Earth and my cousin was Jupiter. And we was just running around her. But listen, let me tell you something. All of that came from a place of pain. I'm serious. I was a hurt individual. I literally was just talking to my therapist about this shit. Yo, I got into such a funk last week just thinking about the people that we might have hurt just by clowning on them.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest shit. I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking about these motherfuckers in high school?
Yeah.
It was the weirdest shit. And I'm like, are there kids like me in schools now?
Yeah.
Or do they all just exist online? No. That shit y'all doing online,
We would do in person.
we was doing in person.
You had to handle the smoke.
You had to handle that. So when we got swung on, we deserved to get swung on.
Yeah.
I have been attacked by 3 kids with hamburgers. What's the shit called? No, serious. What are y'all laughing at? I've been attacked by, I'm serious. I've told y'all these stories before. I would get attacked by those kids in school because there was this one I used to go to the Kingdom Hall with.
Yeah.
Would clown him all the time. By the way,
Yeah.
he never responded to me.
And then one day.
And when I say never, I used to see him at school,
Yup.
clown him. He wouldn't say nothing. I mean, nothing. No looks, no nothing. Just straight face,
Non-verbal.
non-verbal.
There we go.
He'd be at the Kingdom Hall with me on Sunday. I'm still clowning him. He would say nothing. Man, one day I walked past this kid and I swear this kid put me in a headlock, man. And it was like, I'm looking and I can see my life flashing before my eyes. And I see
Really?
all my friends and cousins laughing. And I'm like, why is nobody helping me? I'm dying. Who is doing this to me?
Yeah.
And then right when I felt like God was like, all right, come on. Come on. He let me go.
Really?
And I turned around and he was just walking like nothing had happened.
Did you ever say anything to him again?
Hell no.
Yeah, you stopped.
You
right?
goddamn right. The whole school, it was in between class.
Yeah.
He didn't sneak up on me.
Yeah.
He did. He wanted to embarrass me
In front of
the
everybody.
way I've been clowning him. But he
Yeah.
never said a word. So my point in saying all of that is I thought about all of that shit last week for some reason.
Yeah.
And it just hit me like, what the fuck?
But you got it back.
A bunch of times.
Yeah.
Instantly.
But mostly by the Asperger's people?
Another one, my man, and I just saw a video of my man named Fish. Salute to Fish. Fish was I guess they had a class reunion or something. He was dancing. Fish used to joke back though.
But did he have something? Did he
Yes.
have? What did he have?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. I just know it was something. But back then they were so easily definable.
This is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing that
short
people
bus
don't know.
And the trailers in the back. They used to really treat those kids fucked up, by the way.
Yeah.
Make them eat lunch before everybody.
But they
You know
would
what I'm saying?
separate them because they would get teased. Like, these people don't realize back in the day it was a free for all. Like, everybody went after everybody and it was insane. So I had this friend of mine in middle school, this kid Carlos. We'd be walking in the halls and he'd have his North Face on and he'd walk up to like an Asian kid. He'd be like, yo, bro, come here, man. See this shit? And the kid was like, what? He's like, your cousin fucked the stitching. What the? Yo, son. Yo,
Whoa.
he would do that regularly, bro.
Whoa.
It was crazy.
Nah, man, listen.
Everybody got it. There was a kid that put me in a fucking headlock. This kid was crazy. We were going at it over something, and he was missing a few fingers. His hand kind of looked like ginger root, and he was kind of like that. I was like curled up like that, and I had made fun of his little ginger root hand, and he put me it's a big kid. He put me in a headlock, and somehow I think the ginger root clasped or something on his other hand, and he locked in. And dude, it would not unlock, bro. Dragged my face on the fucking ground in front of everybody. I was bleeding out of my head.
I remember Fish. Me and Fish was joking back and forth. and Fish grabbed me during gym class, and Fish held me up like he you know how you flip, you know how you do that turn your phone shit? He grabbed me and he turned me, right? So he was holding me horizontal and he was jumping up and down with me like this, laughing. And then he put me on top of a fence.
No.
The fence that was around the track.
No.
He just hung me on top of the fence. Like
Why'd y'all not stop bullying people then? Like, what you guys got?
because
It's
this
just
is
what
the
it
thing.
was.
We didn't realize it was bullying back then. No, I'm just speaking for
No,
me.
we did. Be
No,
honest.
I just thought it was jokes.
But that's
because you got to
bullying.
think back in the day we used to play the dozens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like there was a
Everybody
culture
joked
for
around
it.
with everybody. Yeah,
man. There was a culture for anybody could get it. You see comedians on stage roasting people. They had a fucking whole show called Your Mama.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that roasting was a thing.
Yep.
It becomes bullying when the person isn't roasting back. And now you're just taking advantage of this person and you're just constantly roasting.
That is another thing that's interesting is like, we would never say anything to another kid that we didn't say to the people in our group. It's not like we were roasting the fuck out of people. We were way worse with the people in our group.
I knew more. I knew my cousin was getting evicted. I knew my cousin's father was on crack. Like, people knew my dad was in rehab. Like your dad pull up in a raggy ass Toyota Tercel. A bunch of poor people teasing other motherfuckers for being poor.
Yo, that's all it
Like
was,
seriously,
bro.
a bunch of poor people teasing other motherfuckers for being poor.
Oh,
like
dude.
we were terrible to each other. If I knew you,
Forget it.
oh my god.
And if you were boring, we would make things up about you. Like we had one of our friends, he was just kind of boring. So we just made up a story that he used to watch his parents have sex all the time. And we just spread that throughout the whole school.
Bro.
That he watches his parents have sex. And that was our homie.
That's
He's
why
like,
that's why I don't even get upset about any lie that's said to me on the internet, said about me on the internet.
Right.
Because I was the original internet. I have let stories go in my community in Monk's Corner that I forgot about.
And then it comes back. And then it comes back.
Be sitting around, yo, you heard about such and such?
What happened?
I'm like, why that sound familiar? Wait a minute, I said that 6 months ago. Like, what?
I never told you when my boys convinced me I had an STD without me knowing.
Oh, Wax did that to me.
No. I got an email from a company.
No, man.
Yes, there's an anonymous email service that used to go around back in the day, where so it was made so that people, if they got an STD, they could tell the other people they've had sex with, right? But anonymously. So I get this email that says, "Yo, you have chlamydia or you have syphilis or some shit like that, right?" And I got to go to Argentina the next week, right? So I'm like, well, that's not enough time to get rid of syphilis. I think we're going to have to deal with this when I get back from Argentina.
Why couldn't you take syphilis to Argentina?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we could. I just didn't want to feel bad. Anyway, so I'm in Argentina. I'm having like a mental fucking breakdown, right? I call up I'm with my boy Jamil in Argentina, right? I'm having a mental breakdown. I'm out here trying to get laid, but at the same time, I'm riddled with syphilis in my head, right? So I'm having a mental, I call my fucking parents, bro. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I don't know what I should do. I have syphilis. I'm down here in Argentina. What the fuck should I do? They're like, it's okay. You can get rid of that. You just got to go to the hospital. I'm like, oh my God, I got to call every girl I've hooked up and tell them I gave them syphilis. I don't know what the fuck to do. And I finally break down. I tell my best friend in the whole world, I go, Jamil, man, I got fucking syphilis. I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm here in Argentina. What should we do? Should we go to the hospital right now? He goes, man, when the fuck you get syphilis? And I go, I don't know. I got an email last week. This chick said she gave me some syphilis, whatever. He was like, oh, I sent you that shit.
I love a guy. Listen, what's his name?
Jamil forgot completely.
Jamil, I love you, Jamil, because that's the best joke.
Yo.
The joke where you don't need an immediate reaction.
Just slow play.
The slow burn is so good.
Talk about slow burn. I thought I had syphilis, bro.
I did that to someone in college.
What you mean?
I had my
Gave him syphilis?
no. No, I knew this guy that went to the it wasn't the clinic. They were just doing like testing,
Checkups.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I had my friend call, like she was like the nurse, like, "Hi, sorry, to let you know, like all that."
Was this a dude you hooked up with?
No. He was just my friend.
What did you say he had?
I said that he had gonorrhea and that they had to come in for another, or he has to come in because we had to tell you something that we can't tell on the phone.
Oh,
Damn.
so he had AIDS too.
Yeah.
You gave someone AIDS?
Wax did that to me.
Mind you, I didn't even
He
tell
definitely
him
did
to
me.
this day he doesn't know that was me.
I thought you did that to Wax.
No, Wax did that to me. Wax did that, and it's so funny because this, back in the day when I was just a terrible human
Wait a
being.
minute, hold on.
And I was at a young lady's house,
Uh-huh.
and a young lady called me. This way before social
Yeah,
media.
yeah. Now I
The
remember.
young lady called me and was like, asked me when the last time I spoke to the woman another woman I had been messing around with, because she was a stripper. And I was like, I haven't spoken to her in a minute. I said, why, what's up? And she was like, well, I don't know. She's been losing a lot of weight, and she's sick, but she wants to tell you herself. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, because I'm sitting next to a girl. I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, you sure when the last time you've been tested? I'm good. Right? So, and she was like, all right. And so I hang up and I'm sitting in the house for a while. I start tapping my foot. I'm like, let me go see if I'm good for real. So I was like, hold on one second. I'll go outside. I go sit in the truck. Like I call first I call my boy Frosty. He's like, I don't know the last time I seen her. And then I call Wax. Wax like, yo. He's like, when the last time you seen such and such? He was like, such and such, who's that? And he's like, oh, yo, I meant to tell you, yo, I seen her the other night, man. She mad skinny, yo. Like, she looked like something wrong. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah, for real. I'm like, all right, hold on. So, you know me, I'm getting right to the source after that.
And your anxiety is going
I can't
crazy.
I call her.
Yeah.
Like, yo, first of all, I'm concerned. You good? She's like, what you mean am I good? I'm like, I just got a phone call and somebody told me you skinny as shit and you sick and you don't know how to tell me. She was like, who told you that? I'm like, I don't know her name. And she's like, these hating ass bitches, yada, yada, yada. Like, you still ain't answer the question. Is you good? She's like, of course I'm fucking good. What you mean? Then the phone beeps. It's the number that called me before. Click over. It's the young lady that called me. She's like, Charlamagne, I'm so sorry. Wax told me to do that. I don't want you to be upset with me. Please forgive me. I'm like, this piece of fucking shit. And he let it play for like 3 hours.
Oh, I love it.
That's a long time when you think you got AIDS, bro. I'm serious. That's a long fucking time when you think you got that incurable disease.